Sarah, have you ever wondered how McDonald's manages its operations here in Malaysia? It's always so busy, yet everything seems to run smoothly.
I've thought about that too, Alex. There's definitely a lot that goes on behind the scenes to keep things running like clockwork.
I'd love to learn more about it. Where should we start?
Let's start with the sales department. McDonald's has a dedicated team that analyzes customer preferences and develops promotions to drive sales.
Ah, that's interesting. So they're constantly keeping an eye on what customers want and tailoring their offerings accordingly.
Exactly. They use sales data and customer feedback to come up with promotions and meal bundles that keep customers coming back for more. Not only that, McDonald's also engages in pre-sales activities through marketing campaigns, promotions, and customer interactions to drive interest and inquiries about their products and services. These creative minds are behind those irresistible promotions and meal bundles we all love. Remember that amazing prosperity burger with the black pepper sauce we all craved during Lunar New Year? They dreamt that one up.
I absolutely love the prosperity burger. I wish I could enjoy it all year long. Let's say, I decided to order myself a prosperity burger. What happens then?
That's when the sales order entry process kicks in. Customers can place orders at the counter, through the drive-thru, or via online platforms for delivery or pickup. McDonald's staff then input these orders into their point-of-sale system to generate electronic documents with all the details of the order.
Knowing how popular Prosperity Burger gets, how does McDonald's ensure that they have all the ingredients for the orders?
That's where the availability check comes in. McDonald's manages its inventory to ensure they have enough ingredients to fulfill customer orders promptly. They conduct availability checks to make sure they have everything they need to prepare the food items.
Ah, got it. So, what about payments?
Payment is typically made at the point of sale, whether it's through cash, credit/debit cards, or mobile payment methods. Once the payment is received, McDonald's updates its financial records and reconciles the payments against the orders fulfilled.
Okay, interesting. Earlier you talked about availability checking. So I am curious about how companies manage their material procurement and inventory. Could you give me an overview?
Well, let me break it down for you. McDonald's, like many other companies, starts with a purchase requisition. This is essentially a request for specific goods or services needed for their restaurants. Have you ever wondered how McDonald's ensures that their Big Mac tastes the same no matter where you are in Malaysia? It all comes down to their meticulous purchase requisition process. Well, first off, McDonald's in Malaysia has a main supplier called McFood Services Private Limited. They're responsible for sourcing the ingredients for our beloved Big Mac.
Ah, got it. So, what kind of ingredients are we talking about here?
Good question. Let's use the beef patties as an example. McDonald's only uses halal beef sourced from specific countries like Australia, New Zealand, and Brazil. This ensures that the beef is of the highest quality and meets McDonald's strict standards.
That's pretty cool. So, how does McDonald's manage to maintain such high standards across all their stores?
Well, that's where the purchase requisition process comes in. So, once McFood Services Private Limited decides they need to replenish their beef supply, they start by filling out a purchase requisition form. This document is like their shopping list, but with very specific requirements.
Interesting. So, what kind of details are we talking about here?
Well, they need to specify exactly how much beef they need, the type of cuts required, and, most importantly, where they're sourcing it from. As you mentioned earlier, McDonald's only accepts halal beef from accredited suppliers in Australia, New Zealand, and Brazil.
Got it. So, it's not just about buying any beef, it's about ensuring it meets McDonald's standards for quality and ethics.
Exactly. And it doesn't stop there. The purchase requisition also includes other relevant details, like delivery timelines, pricing agreements, and any special requirements for packaging or labeling.
Wow, that's quite comprehensive. It sounds like a lot of coordination is needed to get everything just right.
Absolutely. And that's where the collaboration between McDonald's and its suppliers comes into play. They work closely together to ensure that every step of the process, from sourcing to delivery, is seamless and efficient. Once they have decided on a reliable supplier, they issue purchase orders to formalize the agreement.
Like signing a contract?
Yes, exactly like a contract. When the materials arrive, McDonald's conducts a goods receipt process to verify everything and update their inventory records. They keep track of what's coming in and going out. They use specific movement types to track these inventory movements within their supply chain, ensuring everything is accounted for.
And what happens after the goods are received?
Well, McDonald's generates material and accounting documents to capture the details and update their financial records. This helps maintain transparency and accuracy in their transactions.
Sarah, now that we've explored how McDonald's handles their sales and inventory procurement processes, I'm curious about their manufacturing processes. Can you elaborate on that?
That's a great question, Alex. Let's dive into it. Before we start discussing about the production process, let's delve deeper into McDonald's organizational leadership. McDonald's is led by a relatively large team of executives who are split into three areas: corporate, regional, and functional. The CEO, Chris Kempinski, is supported in his role by a wider team of executives who head up roles like marketing, supply chain, and strategic initiatives, look after regional operations like the USA and international developed licensed markets, and functions like compliance and sustainability.
That means these guys are the ones who manages the operations for McDonald's in Malaysia?
Yes, that's correct. You may recall about McDonald's supply chain. It is the backbone of the entire operating process. Supply chain management is all about ensuring that goods and services are delivered to the right place, at the right time, and at the right cost. And for a company like McDonald's, with its vast network of restaurants, that's no small feat.
Given the immense scale of McDonald's' entire organization, how do they effectively manage to meet demand while ensuring optimal resource utilization and avoiding strain?
Well, McDonald's operates work centers at both its processing facilities and restaurants. These work centers capture related data used in production planning to plan for capacity. Let's start with processing facilities. These facilities produce and process raw materials into semi-finished or finished products. For example, the raw beef provided by the supplier is processed into the beef patties used for the burger menus. They collect data on production rates, material usage, and quality control measures.
Ah, I see. So, they provide information on how much of each ingredient is being processed and the quality standards being maintained?
Exactly. This data is then shared with the production planning team, who use it to forecast demand, schedule production runs, and determine inventory levels for raw materials.
That makes sense. But what about the restaurants?
Restaurants also contribute valuable information for production planning. They track sales data, customer traffic patterns, and menu item popularity in real time.
So, the restaurants provide insight into which menu items are selling well and which ones may need adjustment?
Exactly. This data helps the production planning team anticipate demand, adjust inventory levels, and plan promotional activities accordingly. For example, if a particular menu item is selling out quickly, they may need to increase production of its ingredients at the processing facilities. So, Alex, that's how McDonald's manages its supply chain, from purchasing raw materials to processing them in facilities and ultimately serving customers in their restaurants.
It's impressive how they streamline everything from start to finish. The way they handle purchasing, ensuring quality and timely delivery, is remarkable.
And let's not forget about the sales and operations planning, where they bring together data from different departments to make informed decisions about production.
Absolutely. Thanks for walking me through it, Sarah. It's been an eye-opening experience.
My pleasure, Alex.